Peshkode Maingen Tujnikas Migisidodum, Wabio Chat Peshkode Dashike. My name is Firewolf. I'm of the Eagle Clan and I carry the spirit of the White Buffalo.
Hi, I'm Evelyn Stewart.
I'm Marinda Patterson.
And I'm Ella Stewart. That worked better.
I'm Samantha Stewart.
I'm Alicia Sprang.
It's about the bush, eh? That's the whole thing up here, it's about the bush.
That's where we get our inspiration. Artists in Wawa get their inspiration from this beautiful nature. I've been, since the youngest I can remember, I was out camping and hiking with my family. And definitely we live in the most beautiful parts of the country. I would never move. We're just surrounded by natural beauty.
My playing, I tend towards pieces that are very light, tranquil, or soft. I remember, you know, the nice calm hiking, the going on the beach, the canoeing in the winter, going skate skiing, going cross-country skiing. It's just like the serene calm always up here. It's breathtaking.
Wawa influences my art quite a bit. It's more so the land by Lake Superior, and being an Anishinaabe, I have that connection with the land. It comes out of my art a lot. I'm inspired by the waters of Lake Superior, watching so many sunsets, and so I tend to put a lot of that in my art.
The lake just spoke to me, man, all the time. The shoreline, it was just mystic. Mystic and awe-inspiring. Like every time I know I'm out there, I'm just like, oh man, it's like it forces me down this hallway of creativity.
You can just go for a walk down the street here and you know, there's trees and there's wind and there's fresh air and
The lake.
yeah, there's Wawa Lake that's just, you know, right basically, you know, out of our doorstep.
And me and my sister, we go outside in our snow pants and our coats and we walk around. We go to Queens Park Hill and sometimes I'll go with my friends. We'll roll down the hill.
Yeah, and I think that like the landscape and the nature here is just like very unique, and it's just like an attraction.
We basically took our show to the street and we, you know, told our children and our families as they were filming their recital dances last year to find like amazing locations. There's no shortage of them here, and film in those places.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of gave everybody just like a really like good appreciation for where we live and how we can take the arts outdoors.
That's us up here, because this is our experience. There's nowhere else to go except in the bush and being out in nature. Along with it, it's just very inspiring to some of us who create.
Our community is like becoming a family with the other people outside of the community that like to visit. And yeah, I just think it's a really nice thing.
And that's what I like about teaching in small communities, is that you feel this family, this togetherness.
I have my family here, and all my family plays, and then when I'm with you, you're like family for us. Like I know as a student, I always felt like family.
We give more. Because we're from a small rural area, we give more of our time. You know, we do what needs to get done. We come from a small community, but we're able to make our dreams come true if you put the work into it. And so I like to see their expressions on their face and saying, wow, like, you're doing it, Madame Poisson. So it's giving them hope that they can do something. Helping them find their artistic voices too, because I find that everyone has it. It's all inside of them.
You know, the way we help each other, we heal together, we gain strength from each other, we learn from each other. So I put a lot of that in my art too. It helps to really bridge things together, you know, like I'm Indigenous, I'm an Anishinaabe, and my grandfather was French, my other grandfather is Lithuanian, so I'm a mix. And for me, it's kind of allows me to walk between worlds and bring it together as one. And you know, I put a lot of the teachings and stuff in my art, and for me that's what connects me to my culture, and it helps other people learn as well. So yeah, it really helps to bring it together and make it, you know, bring unity and that within people. You know, our people here, our teachings and everything, I put a lot of those elements into my art as well.
Living in a small town where there's maybe not as much opportunity for certain things, it really puts emphasis on the things that there is opportunity to do. And dance is one of those things, and we're so lucky to have, you know, educated people that are able to, you know, teach that here. But one really wonderful thing about performing here is that you get everybody comes out, you know, everybody wants to support you, everybody wants to see what we've been working on, all of those things. And so, you know, when we have a dance recital or when we have an opportunity, like, everybody in the town shows up and everybody's there, like, showing their love and support. And I think that it's so amazing to have, you know, the support of the town and people that believe that this is an important thing. At the peak of the goose nest, there's only 10 little stall nests, but oftentimes what they'll do is they'll shut down the street out front. So the last nest, or the last market that we had, there was almost like 34 vendors or something like that. So that's a huge amount of vendors for such a small community of people, right?
Well, we kind of like started, it was kind of just like a hobby for Ella, and then it was mostly like her thing, and then I joined in, and we like started the Goose Nest Market, or like we signed up for it, and we would like sell our creations and stuff, and it was just really fun to like meet a bunch of people, and they would come in, and then like we talked to them about it, like our jewelry.
Everybody's, you know, using different, you know, whatever, whether they're making jewelry, all of the jewelry that's there, it's all different. None of it is ever the same, and it's so neat to see how people, you know, how people create with things, even if it's the same thing, they're making something totally different, right?
There's a connection. It's not just because of dance. We've built a relationship with your students.
Yeah.
And that's a really good thing about our small dance school. You can build that connection,
Yes.
that relationship with
Yeah.
your dancers.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a part of you.
Yeah.
It sticks with you.
Yeah.
It's something you'll remember.
We have so many people who are asking whether they have kids or even they know somebody that dances, like, oh, when's the show? How can we get tickets? Like, it's more of a community event now than it was, well, like, I have to go to my niece's dance recital. It's like, oh, there's a dance recital on, we're gonna go, because the whole town's there. And when a new kid starts dancing, other parents will say to the parent of that new dancer, saying like, oh, welcome to the family. Like, so it's not just like joining like a, you know, it's not just like a regular pastime. It's really like, you know, people get welcomed into the fold.
I think that Wawa, it feels like we're a big family, and so for me personally, when I'm teaching my students, it's not just a student. I get very personal, and it's a lifelong journey in Wawa. Us living in a small community, we don't know. All we know is we really enjoy it here, and we love the people here. We love the atmosphere, and
we make the most of what we have here. We have our friends, we have our family members who all play, and we work off each other. Well, no one's afraid to express like anything, right? Like, everyone is super open to everything here, and everyone's always willing to support it. So everyone has room to breathe and feel comfortable here. Mm-hmm. And I think that's like the biggest thing, is that I always feel comfortable, no matter what kind of art we're doing, or no matter what I'm playing or who I'm helping. It's always just a comfortable feeling.
I want to see people, keep paint and stuff. You don't have to, as long as you're painting, you're painting. It's as long as you're being creative, you're still filling your spirit with creativity. So I'd really like to do more community art projects in the future. Yeah.
Just adding, I really like that. Have you ever tried this or something or a piece? I'm like, no, man, but I do. And then all of a sudden I'm off on a new tangent. And it's definitely feedback from other people, man.
So markets, in the summertime, markets happen almost weekly, which is great. They happen usually on Thursdays or Tuesday evenings. And so it just gives opportunity for artists or makers to bring their things to a space, and for, you know, anybody that's passing by to come and check it out, right? Because most of these people don't have storefronts.
Well, it's like definitely like when you're like starting these kinds of like art things, and like all the attention is brought on you because like there's not much of it around here because it's such a small community. It definitely felt like we were taken seriously, and they were actually like really interested in the jewelry. Like they really liked it, and we've gotten a lot of orders from them.
So we definitely give more of ourselves, and the kids give back in return.
Being able to teach dance and dancing here has actually made me feel a part of this community. They may not be hockey kids, or they may not be figure skaters, or, you know, they may not be involved in school sports, or they may not even be that great at school, but having dance as something that they can do gives them a lot of, you know, self-esteem, I think.
We've all became one giant family.
Yeah.
Like, no matter our ages, what class you're in,
Yeah.
we've all just kind of clicked, and that's our family. We can rely on each other, and that changed from when I was younger
Yes.
to now. Because even if you've graduated, you are still part of that dance family. Always.
The kids that perform in any of the shows for the week following, you know, they get stopped on the street and they get told like, "Oh, I saw you dancing. That was so amazing." And so I think it's kind of a neat thing. Like they get recognized for what they do now.
I like how art brings people together. It really does.
Yeah.
It inspires people. It reaches something in them, their spirits, and brings something out. And it connects a lot of people like that.
It's the connections and the people that you know and that you love, and those people also love the same things about this place as us, or as me. And I think that those commonalities, I think that they really bring people together.